go to the beach, surfing. Yeah, that's it.
Great, great. So, Juliana, can you introduce yourself, please?
Oh, yeah. My name is Juliana. I am 37 years old. I am a journalist. I'm from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, but nowadays I live in Vila Real, Portugal. And I'm married and I have a son. In my free times, I like to go out to reading a book sometimes, watch series, movies, and play with my son and enjoying my family. That's it.
Great, great. Thanks for sharing, Juliana. Hello, Gustavo.
Hello,
So,
guys.
for who don't know me, I'm Bruna. I'm 32 years old. I completed last month 1 more year. And I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. But at this moment, I'm living in Amsterdam. And I'm working in a pricing area. I'm here on TALKNTALK since March last year and as a host since March this year. And in my free time, I love to travel. And I live with my husband. And when I go to Brazil, I really enjoy to spend time with my family and friends. And here I'm trying to start having a new friends because it's really, really hard to make new friends when you are living abroad. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And Arthur, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, guys. My name is Arthur. I am 34 years old. I live in Rio Claro, São Paulo. I am a civil engineer. And in my free time, I like to play with my son, to enjoy with my family, to talk with my friends too, to play guitars, and that's it.
Great, thanks for sharing, Arthur. And Patricia, it's your turn, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia. I live in a very small city near by São Paulo, called Santa Cruz das Palmeiras. I like animals, listen to music, learning about other cultures around the world. I am married since 2014, and I have no kids.
Great, great. Thanks for sharing, Patricia. Gustavo, is your first time here or not?
No, I think
No,
it's my first time
okay.
with you.
Okay, yeah, the first time I'm seeing you. So go ahead, please.
Yeah. I'm Gustavo. I'm 27 years old. Right now I live in Portugal, but I'm from São Paulo. I work with IT. My free time, I like to watch movies, series, play video games, walk in the nature. In Portugal, there's a lot of green air. That's something that it's really good. I think basically that's it.
Okay, good. Everybody can see the questions that we received. So I think it's better to split us in 2 small rooms. And you can have more time to talk. Just a little second, please. So guys, who is receiving invitation, so please go into the other room. If not, you can stay here with me. Okay, so let's see. Patricia, you can read and answer the second question, or you can choose any questions if you want. Random questions, please.
The second one, okay.
Yes, could be.
Have you ever had the intention of living abroad? What attracts you to this idea? Well, no, I never had the intention of living abroad. I like to reading about so many countries like Canada, England, Portugal, Spain, Italy. I had like to go these countries to visit and stay for a while, but not living there.
Great, great. Thanks for sharing. And Gustavo, how about you? I think you moved for
Yeah,
Portugal
yeah, I moved
a short
here.
time.
Yeah, I stay here. I moved here in the last month, so I'm new here. So
Nice.
I'm kind of,
Welcome.
yeah, thanks. I understand how things stuff here. I look for a job here as well, in my area. But yes, I had intention in other country as well. I would like to travel. Like we are in the Europe, so it's easy for us to do this. After some moment to travel with, learn new culture, create new friends. It is always nice to have that. And I think that we grow up a lot with this. So this is something that attracts me. I think that this different culture, because right now I am in a hostel. I in a hostel, so there's a lot of people here that come and go. And sometimes we are play something like the other day we were playing Monopoly with two Brazilian, one Korean, two Colombia guys. So I was speaking English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Sometimes translate. So I think that the mind blow up sometimes, but that's so crazy that happened, and I was glad that I could do it.
Yeah, of course. So I'm really happy when I meet some people with different cultures as well. Brazilian, when I find some Brazilian here, we became friends quickly. I really enjoy it.
Gustavo, are you staying in Lisboa or Porto? Where is the
No,
city?
right
No?
now I'm in Braga, but maybe the
Okay.
next week I'm gonna go to Porto because I have
Okay.
more opportunity there.
Nice
Yeah,
country.
Yeah.
yeah. I have two friends live in Porto, so they really love. Great. Thanks for sharing your experience. And I totally agree with you because I lived in Dublin, in Ireland for 2 years, and in the past I've never imagined to living abroad because I was so afraid to speak English, and I didn't imagine it living far away from my family and my husband. At the time it was my boyfriend, and we decided together to do just the exchange program. And after that, we really like it, and we try to come again, and we could return to Ireland, and we moved here from Amsterdam just 2 months now. And now everything's near here, but I had this experience before. It was really hard at the beginning with no English and no friends, no family, so it's really hard, but we grew up a lot and we met many people, and you could create many connections with Brazilian and other foreign people. And I think the experience is amazing. I have no comments because I think everybody could have the chance to stay a little while to learn about the culture and learn about the other things and respect each other. And yeah, it's awesome. Good. So Gustavo, can you choose another question and answer for us, please?
Any question or go in the sequence?
It's up to you. We'll decide.
I'll go in the sequence. Have you ever traveled to a foreign country before? If so, what aspect of culture of lifestyle intrigued you the most? I think that every country there is some specific thing that in this country, like the culture, the way of do stuff. Right now, I just in Portugal, but I plan to travel for other place to visit at least. And I think that this culture, it's really good things that you learn about the country, the monument. Here in Portugal, they maintain the structure. So every place that you go, you want to take a picture because there's a history there. So in everything that you go, you there's a history, there's something in the background. So it's a beautiful the structure, and sometimes it look like you're in the medieval city, like when you're play video game or watch a old movie. So that's it's really good. I think other countries that I would like to visit in the sequence, Spain, Dublin, and Ireland. There's a friend of mine that are in Dublin. They said really good things about Dublin and Ireland in general. I would like to go to New Zealand as well. So there's a lot of places that we can visit that make me happy to see that in the horizon that I could go there, and I hope that I can achieve it. But the things that I think that's really good is the friends that you do in the path. That is they start that they share. Everything is great when you see it. And you, Patricia.
I have been in Chile, in Portugal in 2018, and last year, Italy. What intrigued me the most was the fact that Italian people think that Brazilians speak Spanish, and everyone spoke with me in Spanish, and I don't use my English. I learned a little about Italian for food, some place, but everyone spoke in Spanish with me.
It's funny because
It's
it
funny.
happened with me a lot. When I start in my job, everybody, we Spanish? No, I'm from Brazil. We speak Spanish? No. I don't know. Maybe because the other countries in South America speak Spanish. That I think that's the point, because I really don't know. But yeah, it's really very, very common. The people getting confused. So let me see. From my experience, I've traveled through, I think, 12 or 13 countries. The most of things here in Europe, because it's easier and cheap. But there are many countries that I would like to visit, and I would like to return some of them, like Berlin, Paris. I visited, but I'd like to go again. What else? I'm planning to go to United States maybe next year, because that was my dream when I was younger, going to Disney, and that's it. And yeah, and I didn't have a chance to go in there. Also Australia, when I was planning my first exchange program, I was planning to go in there, but it's very expensive, and I need to move to Dublin because it was quite cheap. And what intrigues me, it's learning with them about the culture and about the food and the behaviors, because we are quite similar with Italian and Spanish behaviors, I believe, because I've been working with many Spanish and Italian guys, and our culture is very similar. So we are happier, we like to dance, for example, like to talk and having party. But if I could compare Irish people and Dutch people, they are more serious, I'd say. And what else? They are very polite and honest, but we can't go out a lot, or make some barbecue in their house. Maybe need to spend more and more years, but in a short time I could make it our real friends, friends here, unfortunately. But we can change many ideas and learning some things together with each different cultures, I'd say.
Yeah, and just a funny thing that it's easy for us, like Latin person, to make friends. Like
Yeah,
most of here
exactly.
that I talk, kind of make a friend. It was with Latin person that came here. I talk with others as well, but the
Yeah,
Hermos connection.
connections. It's quickly. I
Yeah,
worked with a Colombian girl, so she was like Brazilian because
yeah.
she's making fun all the time. So people look for her, and it's strange. And also, what the fuck these girls are doing? Because I'm very shy, but she's more. I don't know how can I say spontaneous, maybe. And
Extroverted, maybe.
people, yeah, good. And that people just looking at her and this girl is strange.
And
It's
did you go to Disneyland in France? Because there's Disneyland there, right?
yeah. I went last year in Paris. In
Ah,
Paris, just in Paris, but not
I know
in
it Disneyland.
USA. Yeah, it was great experience. Like going into the film. It was
Yeah, yeah.
perfect. You should go.
Yeah, I hope so. And Patricia said about the Italian, there's a friend that went to Italian. I don't know what city they went there. And they said they don't like that you speak English with them because he was asking for information. Anyone talk with him, and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna speak in Portuguese." And he's speaking Portuguese. Someone tried to help him, but in
Yeah,
English says,
they don't like, it's true.
They prefer to
To
speak
try
Portuguese.
speak Portuguese, but not English.
Yes.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, good. Just let me see the other one. What specific country or region would you be interested in living in? What draws you to particular place? So, I was planning to move to Spain, something like Barcelona or Madrid or Italy, because I love like warm weather and warm people, but the salary is not very high. And I tried to apply for this job, but I didn't receive any return. Just in most of them in Berlin and France and cold countries. I don't know why. Maybe because there are more opportunities. I'm not sure. But I'd like to move. If I plan to move again, maybe for Italy or Spain to live, but to visit, there are many places. Like I said, Australia, New Zealand. Maybe it's really beautiful. Going to Asia, like Egypt and Vietnam, something like this, and USA, everywhere. I'd like to visit. If I have money and time to go, probably I will spend a few days or months in each country. And how about you, Patricia?
Well, I fell in love with Italy, and if I choose a place, maybe Tuscan region. I loved it there. The people, food, wine. I believe there is a place where you can work, but I don't know about salary or routine, but I would like to live there. But I love to live in Brazil. I will not change.
Good. I have a family living in near to your country, but my aunt living in Tambaú. It's near, and she loves to live in there. But
About
for me,
15 minutes.
yes, that's true.
So
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, I never been, but I've heard about. But yeah, for me, living in São Paulo, it was really dangerous every day, you know. So yeah, but my aunt says here it's quite good. Don't have these difficult situations like compared with São Paulo. So that's I think the main point that we decide to move. But good to know. And Gustavo, how about you?
Yeah, that's something that I like about here because you don't need to be alert all the time that something bad gonna happen. So you can walk with a cell phone in your hand and probably nothing gonna happen. So that's really good. For me, I think that's step by step, but maybe for my area, I know that's good to work in Ireland. Ireland, the in IT area is really strong there, and the salary is better, everything. But I would like as well to stay a time in Spain to improve my Spanish, and I like the culture. I like the to speak Spanish. It's something that I love it. I've been learning Spanish for 2 years almost, but the time that I spend here, I spend a lot of time speaking Spanish, and I like that to talk in Spain. And the culture, it's I don't know, kind of similar, and people are close. I think so. So at least visit there, but I would like to stay at least 1-2 months there. I think that is gonna help me a lot with a lot of stuff. But I don't know, for visit a lot of country as well. Maybe I can make a tour for Europe. I think that's gonna be great to do that. 3 days in some place, 3 days another, like a backpack, something like that. And need to have a little bit of courage, but we are here, so already have a little bit of courage, right?
Exactly. So now you can go everywhere. I think the biggest challenge is to change the first time, and after that, it's difficult when you decide to move, but you're more familiar, I'd say. And if you speak Spanish, so we don't have many challenges, I think. And even living in Italy, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking I need to learn Italian language, and I don't have time to study, but I think it's important because they don't like to speak English, and maybe instead Spanish and so on. Yeah, it's complicated.
But maybe I don't know, because they said that the easy language for Portuguese people to learn is Italy. Maybe because there is the Portuñol, maybe there's a Porto Italy, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it's really, really similar, but I think I'll get confusing if I have some similar words. Like I can understand a little bit when I listening people speaking Spanish, but Italian depends. Yeah, it's not too much. But yeah, I think it's easier than English for sure. Good. So, Patricia, we can read and answer the next one, please.
Can you imagine yourself adapting to a new language, cuisine, and way of life in a different country? What changes and opportunities do you anticipate? In my little experience traveling, knowing the place, I thought the language would be difficult to learn, but the trick part was the food, because it's very different in some place. And for me, it was so hard in Italy because I don't eat pasta every day or every weekend, and it's so different. And how do I say, so free? It's so hard. It was so hard for me for 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
When I come back Brazil, the first thing I did was eating rice and bean. Yes.
That's true. That's true. In Italy, it's very common. I can't survive just with pasta. I totally agree with you. I love to go in there and eat for 1, 2, or 3 days, but for 2 weeks, it's
The
too
food is
much.
amazing, but not today.
Yeah, and they eat a lot. Like you start with um, burrata, something like this, and pasta and chicken or beef. And I don't know, there are many, many times to eat in the same lunch or dinner. It's great.
Yes.
Nice, nice. I agree with you. But for me, I didn't have many challenges in Ireland because I could buy rice and bean. The bean is different, like in a can, you know, feijão enlatado. It's quite sweet, but now I can eat it very well. But at the beginning, was really hard to getting used to it. And beans normal, and I always went to a Brazilian supermarket, so to buy a farofa temperada, goiabada, something like this when I was missing. But in general, I could find in the supermarket some similar things and I could change. But for sure, if I live in Italy, it was really hard. But when I visited Portugal, for example, was easy because the food was very, very similar. The flavors and the things they usually put it inside just looks like Brazilian. I think we have the these cultures comes from them. Some things in Spain don't have challenge, and here I find similar foods, but don't they don't eat like rice and bean at lunch, just snacks or sandwich. So it's strange, but yeah, that's they like their lives. But yeah, I used to cook by myself, and as I was doing in Brazil. And you, Gustavo?
Just curious, the normal lunch there, it's like snacks in the middle of the day, like 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a snack like sandwich with ham or cheese. And here I saw the guys in my company eating bread with banana inside. They cut banana and put inside it. It's so weird.
Kind of strange.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they are like the American, because the America is like that in the middle of the day.
Really?
And the breakfast like really strong, like with bacon, with cereals,
Yeah,
milk,
could
and
be.
everything they put. But in the middle of time, it's just like a snack.
Yeah,
In the end of
in
the
Ireland
day.
it was the same.
But there's a like a normal plate that they do. Like for us, it's rice and beans and I don't know, some meat and some stuff like that. But for
Here, I don't think so. I just saw like the traditional foods like croquettes and some sweet things, but don't have a like plate, special plate. But in Ireland, it's like a rich culture, fish and chips all the time. And the Irish or English breakfast, like with sausage, beans, bread, it's a lot in the morning. But for lunch, it's some snacks, and for dinner, fish and chips, very, very common.
no,
But in Portugal, I think it's almost the same.
no,
Food.
food in the middle of the day. I think they have like the normal lunch, they like rice
Like
and
as. Mhm.
rice and beans. But the beans here is like you said, like in cans, because I don't know
Mhm.
why the professional pan, the panela de pressão, is so expensive
Yeah,
here. So
don't exist.
no
Yeah,
exists.
it's
Maybe you can find in the Brazilian place, but
yeah,
Brazilian shops, but it's expensive. I think
yeah.
the last time I see it's like $78. So that euros.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the solution is buy this bean can, and if you don't like the flavor, you clean that like in the water and put the everything that you want to make the flavor that you like. But yeah, normally that, and the thing here it's really rich that I like that when you ask something to eat like in a restaurant or something like that, came a lot of food. That's really good. And wine and everything that you want, they put there. Maybe if you don't know the wine, depending on the place, they put a little bit of different wine for you to try it. That's really good. They eat a lot. That's something that I like it.
Yeah, I agree. And the price for who lives, like I
Yeah.
was living in Dublin, and here it's cheap.
Cheap.
Like
Yeah.
the wines in the supermarket, it's ridiculous, €2. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's cheap, this
I
stuff.
love it. Yeah.
For me, yeah, I think that depend of the country, like I said about Italy, I think that's important for us to adopt the language, learn a little bit. At least if we are going to visit, learn how to say good morning, hello, hi, this introduce. I think that's really important. And the challenge, I think depend of the place, I'm gonna say maybe the food. But I'm the person that like to try new food. And sometimes I get in trouble with that because I don't like it. But I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat the same way because
Yeah.
sometimes it's not so cheap. But or there's a lot of spice in some plates that they put. They eat a lot of spice sometimes. Spice plate. So but I like to try new food. I think it's a great experience with the culture. I don't know, maybe the language depending on the country, but kind of we all here know English. I think that at least we're gonna find in a big city someone to help us. And today with the Google Maps and everything, it's more easy to achieve the goals that you want. So I'm gonna say maybe the language, if it's totally different, like some signs that you can see like in Arabic or some stuff like that, it's gonna be hard for you to understand. But I think that the food I like to try, but sometimes not go so good. I think you just see
Depends
the
the
image and
place.
say, yeah.
Like going to India or something, some place that you can eat, I don't know, these strange things like aranhas, baratas.
Yeah,
That's-
China maybe.
Yeah, China. Yeah, I've not seen myself eating this kind of things, but yeah, usually I used to try, but it's like a normal
Yeah.
food.
But I think there's a limit, right? I try until that point. Until
Yeah,
that, I don't try
yeah.
anymore. And there are guys that go there for try this kind of food. Like, say, "Oh, that's strange."
Yeah, no, I'm not this person.
No, no,
I
no, no.
probably go to McDonald's if there are some hamburger, like I don't
Yeah,
know. And for me, it's the challenge. But yeah, in Europe, I don't think we have this challenge with cuisine, like really, really different. Maybe in another continents. And about the language, I totally agree with you. When I was trying to searching some jobs here, I was really afraid because Dutch language is really hard to learn. And I was talking with some friends, and they said, "No, you can come just with English because everybody speaks English." So it's really true. When you go like to the supermarket, the people speak Dutch with you, but you can turn the key to English really quickly. And even another language like Spanish or French, they speak very well. I think 3 or 4. It's incredible. So I don't have a challenge to don't speak Dutch, but like you said, Gustavo, it's good to learn the basics, just to being polite and to arrive in the same place saying the language. But I don't know, just I learned to say thank bells like thank you. That's it. But maybe in the future I will start to study, but not now. But yeah, I say it's really, really important in the future for sure. Good. So, Gustavo, you can choose and read and answer, please, the next one.
Yeah. Maybe like you said before, maybe what's hard depend of the country, make friends, right?
Yeah, totally.
It's number 6, right?
Mm,
The next one. Right.
Yes. Mhm.
Are there any specific skills or experience you would like to gain by living in a different country? I think the language is some skill that you could learn, but as well how to deal with people in that country, because it's different. The way they polite, the way they act is different for our normal, like Brazilian, and we need to understand that and have an open heart to understand that we are in their country, so we need to adapt it. I think you can get a lot of culture of living in a different country, and you put a little bit of your culture in that country as well when you are make friends, so they learn a little bit with you as well. But I think that the most thing that you learn it is the culture, like the food they eat, the manners of do stuffs. I think that is the most thing that you gain when you go to other country. And you, Patricia?
I would like to know how is living in a place with snow. I would like to learn to drive. I don't know if they drive, skiing, or to know how the house works in the winter. It's something so different from Brazil. Have you tried? You're living in Dublin, you said, Bruna.
I lived
No.
for 2 years, and I could
you
see
lived
snow.
so
yeah.
The winter is so hard there.
Yeah, it was terrible, but I cannot compare like with Poland or Swiss. It's really hard. Many snow, I've been snow there, but they don't have how can I say, they are not prepared to this kind of things, because it's really cold and the house it's prepared like really warm. So you just could see the winter inside, outside, but inside you can stay quiet and warm. And it's very good. But when it snowed 5 years ago, they closed every shops, and anyone could going everywhere, like supermarkets, schools, universities, everything is closed because the car is not prepared to snow, and stay there for 1 week, and we didn't go anywhere, just need to stay at home because there is not snowing really well. But I've never had this experience to going to Poland or facing really snow, like people could ski or something like this. But I'd like to do this experience as you. But yeah, I didn't have chance. I think here it's the same. It's really cold, like -5, -8, but not a lot. Really snowy.
I got.
Okay, so I agree with you all, like trying to do different things, and for sure the language is the main goal. Try to achieve basic level intermediate if good, and try to eat their foods. Try to understand the customs, and try to introduce ourselves in their routine, and try to not doing the same, but To being open-minded, to try different things, I think when we try to speak with them the same language, they are very happy that we can try and they see our efforts, I'd say. So it's really, really good. And yeah, I think for me, that's it. As Gustavo knows about said about the English, so many people depend of the place that you visit. In Portugal, I could see many Portuguese people speak English very well. So I don't think they have many problems. Maybe in the small countries they could have difficult to talk, but in general, I think that's it. Okay, so Patricia, you can read the next one, please, number 7, or you can skip if you want.
Have you considered the practical aspects of living abroad, such as finding accommodation, a job, or understanding the visa process? I'll write something about that because I don't have this experience to try to take a visa to travel for a long time abroad. In my opinion, it is not practical understand the visa process. It's quite bureaucratic. It takes time, money, and is very boring, but the result must compensate each step because no place abroad from Brazil, it's an amazing experience to travel or to work abroad. So I think that compensate the process of bureaucracy. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So we need to see in the future, how the goals will be achieved, because at the beginning it's really, really hard for me and for my friends here in Ireland as well. So to find a job, accommodation, because there are some crises, and it's impossible to find a house. So we need to pay many money, and we try to talk with everybody on group or Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever, to find accommodation. I think it's hard to find a job. And the visa process, I think it's really hard as well. But it's possible, but you need to make some efforts and believe that will be possible. And thinking the future, because if just thinking right now, if you received one no, we don't pass on this interview, so we are stuck and we stop to apply. So we keep going. One day you will got a job for sure, but it's hard in the beginning. And how about your experience, Gustavo?
Yeah, I agree with you all. I think look for a visa. I apply here with a visa, and it's bored. You need to learn. You need to try understand what this happened, what they said in the law. And normally they recommend you do like with a lawyer, some stuff like that, but sometimes expensive. I did with myself, and sometimes you read something here and something there, some is contradictory, and you don't know what is right, and you go said, I hope that I'm doing right, that I applied the everything that I could, and even when you apply, said, I think that I did everything step right. You think maybe not, because I'm not professional with that. So you stay with like this afraid of something bad gonna happen. And everything, at least here that I see, it's kind of business. So everything that you ask for someone, gonna say the lawyer and need to spend euros with this. So I think that the tip is looking for it, learn it, try to learn it. And you don't know 100%, you need to try it. That if you do get a no, like Bruno said, go again another day, go with the other person. Maybe it's this person that don't like you and the other person gonna fix everything that you need, gonna help you. So this thing is kind of boring, sometimes stressful, like looking for a place as well. It's hard to find something that is cheap, that fit you, that look good. I think that's something that's hard as well. Looking for a place to live, job as well. It's hard, and you're gonna get a lot of no's, but one moment's gonna get a yes, and that's that important. And we are learning, we are
Yeah.
studying. That's one day gonna happen.
Yeah, I believe. I think in Portugal, maybe could be easier. I'm not sure, but as we speak, I speak Portuguese and English, and we are on IT area. Maybe there are many opportunities because I have two friends living in Porto, work in IT companies, and they both got a visa even when they were living Brazil. And I think it's really, really possible to live in the process. Hello, guys. Welcome back. How was the conversation? Was good? Someone want to share? Juliana?
Yeah, it was good conversation with my friends. And some everybody sharing their experience, yeah. And I learned a lot with them, and
Great. So do you have a specific place, Murilo, you want to move?
yeah, if
Do you
I
have a
wanted to
specific-
move, okay, yes.
Yeah, or no?
My dream, or it's
To work, to got a job and live. You
yeah,
have some specific.
yeah, I'll talk for the California. It's my dream living there because there are so many amazing places. Yeah, like
Great.
beaches, culture, foods. Yeah, education as well, security for my sons someday. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
nice.
Yeah,
Great,
the
great.
conversation flow very well there. Yeah, I really like.
Nice, thanks for sharing. And you, Arthur, do you have some place you like to living abroad? Or no,
Yeah.
just
I think I will live in Europe, so but I don't know where specifically. Maybe it can be England or maybe it can be Portugal because my brothers, my oldest brother live in England and my another brother live in Portugal. So I think it can be
nice.
near of them.
Yeah, it's good to have some people to help us in the beginning. It's really, really important. Good, good. Thanks for sharing. And Juliana, you're already living in Portugal, right?
Yeah.
So do you like it? Or do you have some plans
Yeah.
to change?
Yeah, I like it, and I was talking about it with Murilo and Arthur. I want to thank you for sharing your perspective, their perspective about this theme. And Arthur, I'm sorry, I go out the room during the when
No,
you start talking. Sorry.
no, that's okay.
You can continue. You can continue. No problem. I have more
Yeah.
time. It's good to have experience with someone's living abroad, right? Already having this experience. So like you have
Yeah.
Gustavo here, living in Portugal as well. So you can share ideas. So as he trying to find a house and job, so you can maybe share your experience. It was quite hard, Juliana, to get a job and accommodation when you arrived in Portugal.
Yeah, in my area, it's difficult. It's hard to find, and difficult too. It's to find accommodation because it's very expensive nowadays. And but it's how can I say vale a pena in English?
It's
I
worth,
for
it's
what?
worth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's worth until yeah. I like and I hope the Arthur or Murilo they I don't know Patricia want to go out to move another country. Gustavo lives in Portugal too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm Portugal.
Ah, okay. What city?
Right now I'm in Braga, but maybe next week I'm gonna go to Porto.
Ah, okay. I live in Vila Real. It's near Braga, I think.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
And that's it. I hope
Good. Yeah, I think just Patricia here don't want to living abroad, but she likes to travel for sure. And she was talking about that point, like you said, Juliana. So we need to see, like in the future, it will be worth because if you're just thinking, I received a no for a job, a no for a house, so we can't stop in freezing. We need to keep and go and trying because it's hard to being expat or immigrant in the new city. And yeah, as Gustavo was saying, we need to have some money because sometimes you need to pay for people who likes you or not, and you need to try to speak with many people. As when I moved from Dublin, for example, many Brazilian people helped me to find a house and job because I didn't have enough English to speak with the landlords. So it was terrible at the time, but always we are fine. Even Brazilian, from my experience, most Brazilian try to help each other because we know the difficult to start the new life. They have the same experience, guys. Yeah, it's hard, but we are like family when we meet each other here. In a short time, you could make a really good friends because we are on the same boat and always trying to help. It was great. Good, guys. So I shared the link, the survey, so you can please go in there and put your comments. What do you think? What was the conversation? And if you have some topics to help us to create the topics, feel free. And Patricia, as your first time, could you share what do you think? How was the conversation for you? Did you like it or not?
Yes, I like it too much because it is the first time I'm speaking in English with having a big conversation, because when I traveled, I had short conversation, good morning, thank you, asking food. So I want to thank you. I'm grateful. I don't know how to say, but I like it very much. Gustavo, thank you for your time. Bruna, for your time. And nice to meeting you. I hope to see you again shortly.
Sure.
Né?
Yeah,
Juliana,
I'm here.
Murilo, nice to meet you.
Yeah, the guys stay here every week. Sometimes I can see
Arthur,
yes.
yes.
The face. Gustavo is also host here on Talking Talk,
Yeah,
right?
Sunday 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
nice
guys,
to know.
thank you so much for being here and hope you really enjoy it because I really love it. And maybe see you on next week if you can enjoy again. Thank you very much and have a good evening or night. Ah,